And welcome to the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia Big Night. This is their really big night when they honor legends of broadcasting here in Philadelphia. Dawn?
And Dick, this is such a great night. You know, Broadcast Pioneers, this is the only organization of its kind in the world. And what's so great is honoring world-class success stories and some of our colleagues and friends, but also bringing in many of the students who are here. So we have the future of the business and we have amazing success stories. So it's a great night, Jay.
And it is the people who are going to be honored tonight, inaugurated into this Hall of Fame, are people that Philadelphians grew up listening to over not just years, but generations. Some of the names are household words, so we just can't wait for this to get started.
So Cesaria, one of tonight's honorees and one of my most favorite people in the whole wide world. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. I feel fabulous. My family's here from Baltimore, and it's kind of surreal. I guess I've lasted a long time around here.
You started when you were 5, right?
Exactly. I'm sure I'm the youngest inductee ever into the Hall of Fame. So yeah, it's really nice because Philadelphia, I've lived here a long time now. It really is my home, and to be accepted like this and to be able to work here so long, it's been fun.
Well, Philadelphia loves you, Sue. What does it mean to you tonight to be here among so many friends in the broadcasting biz and to be honored?
I'm not worthy.
I
know it's
I worked with her for many years. Trust me, she's worthy. You are a pro.
It's an honor to. I mean, you know how tough this business is, and to be able to still be here after all this time, to be accepted by the viewers, listeners, because I was in radio here before I was in television. All these years, it means so much because you know how it is. You spend a lot of time at work. The hours are crazy. It's a drain on your family, and to have it all be worth it like this, I'm very fortunate. I'm so fortunate. Really.
Congrats, Sue.
Thanks.
Oh, we're getting verklempt. We'll take a moment.
Thank you. Thanks, Dawn. You look gorgeous.
Thank you. You do.
Look who I ran into, Bud Gallo, one of the legends of engineering in Philadelphia broadcasting. I worked with Bud, I have to tell you, for about 35 years, and Bud, you saw some of the greatest changes in this industry. What impressed you the most?
The latest thing is the CBS Broadcast Center, which just knocked me out when I went down. I thought, my God, how can they do all this in one building on one floor? And I thought, oh, this is never going to work.
But one question that I wanted to ask you is, what were you thinking the day you heard that KYW was going to go all news from a music format?
I thought, 6 weeks or 6 months and they're going to be flat on their face, we'd all be out of a job. But it was a year later, the management threw such a party that when they got out of the red, and the next day they were back in the red.
Okay, well, by the way, next year it's 50-year anniversary for KYW, as all news. So, Bud, it's great to see you here, and congratulations on this wonderful.
Thank you very much. I never thought this is what ever happened to me. And you know what's interesting? Tonight is my second wife's birthday. She would have been 85 had she lived. And the whole family said that she's up in heaven pulling strings for me.
I'm sure. Thank you, Bud.
So here with my friend Sherry Banks. It's so good to see you, Sherry.
Thank you. Great to see you as well.
So who are you here for tonight? Because I know obviously you've already been honored by Broadcast Pioneers. So who are you here for tonight?
I'm here to support and honor Bill Henley.
Yes?
Yeah, it's very exciting. He deserves it. He's been at Channel 10 for a long time. He's a great guy and a great meteorologist.
What does it mean for you to be part of this organization and support? I mean, tonight's also a fundraiser, They give a lot of scholarship money. We have many college students here.
Right, I think it's wonderful that the Broadcast Pioneers supports the kids who are trying to get into the business and helps them monetarily, and also all the people here contribute and help young kids. Somebody helped us at one time, and it's nice to give back, don't you think?
I do, Sherry. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Right now, I'm with George Finkel, one of tonight's honorees, an award-winning sports producer, many years with NBC. You know, George, you've seen so much and so many of the changes over the years. What was the biggest one
The biggest change?
that you've seen over the years?
Well, there have been a lot of changes in equipment, a lot of changes in the point of view of things, that more realism as opposed to everything being make-believe.
George, did you ever think you'd be honored like this?
Oh, yeah. No. I didn't think so because I was a producer and director, and they honor announcers. And I was a little bit of an announcer and a lot of production.
Well, the people that hand out the Emmys think you're a lot more than that. So let's say congratulations to George Finkel.
Thank you.
So you'll know the voice, Harry Hurley, a legend of New Jersey, and last year I know was a big year for you.
Yes, it was. I can't believe, Dawn, it's been a year. It's been a full year, and we're back. Man of the Year, Pat Delsey, the incredible class of 2014. I can't wait for a great night.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. What does it mean to you, Harry, I know you're now forever the class of 2013, but to be a part of an evening like this and an organization like Broadcast Pioneers?
Well, I love this organization. My charity donates to this organization every year, both in the Archival Project and a scholarship every year. I believe in the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia. It's the biggest organization of its kind on the planet, and I love being a small part of it.
Thank you, Harry Hurley.
I'm with Steve Levy, one of the legends of Philadelphia television. And Steve,
who's writing your stuff?
Yeah, well,
you're getting some incorrect information.
I talked to your agent this morning, and he said he's a legend.
My agent won't talk to me.
Yeah. Steve, how do you feel about what you're doing now after so many years in the business?
Well, I get to spend a lot of time in the Rocky Mountains, and I get woken up by the sun or my dog instead of the alarm clock. It's wonderful.
Do you ever miss it?
Yes. Yes, whenever there's a big story and you would be caught up in all the adrenaline and doing what you did all those years, yeah, I miss it then. On a daily basis, no.
I have the same feelings. When that story breaks, you want to break with it.
If it's something you think you could handle. Some of the really sad, tragic stuff started to get to me.
I can imagine. Steve, it's great to see you here as we're honoring, a bunch of great people in the industry. And,
absolutely.
Thanks for stopping by.
Good to see you, too.
And it's a fun night for Barbara Zippi. It's so good to see you. You look gorgeous.
Thank you. It's a great honor to be here in memory of my aunt, Stella Alberts.
And so tell me, you wanted to hold the drink because this is actually a symbol of something.
Absolutely. Every day, well, I would say 4 o'clock, but it used to stretch back to 3, would be martini time for Al and Stella. And they always did the martini straight up with very little anything other than vodka and dirty.
4 olives. It's got to be dirty.
Yes, had to be dirty. So I had to get a martini tonight in their honor.
Barbara, what would you want people to know about Stella, and how would you honor her?
Well, my Aunt Stella was a Zippy. Her and my dad were brother and sister. And at Channel 6 in the 70s, in the early 70s, she and Sissy Hurst were one of the only 2 females that were allowed to do any producing on television without any formal education in a time when there were no other directors than male directors, which we had great male directors at Channel 6. And then minority directors. We were the first to have Jan Miller from Channel 6 shoot Showcase, and Judy Gerard, who ended up on Lifetime TV. She was a friend of Jessica Savage's, and she was one of the first directors of Showcase, female directors. So it was really groundbreaking behind the scenes that most people don't realize, but they realize all that talent that we had on the air. 52 weeks a year, we never took off.
Well, it's neat that you recognize Stella as a bridge builder, as somebody who really, forged a path for all of us.
Well, Gene Miller, I think it was Eugene Miller, that was general manager at Channel 6 at the time, and he really believed in women and gave them the opportunity to do. And Sissy Hurst produced all the Thanksgiving Day parades and a lot of the telethons, and Stella did Showcase. We're always crossing each other in the hallways.
Well, it's so good to see you, and we'll raise a glass and have a toast to Stella.
Cheers.
I'm supposed to do the interview with. Where's Jay?
Okay.
Jay?
Okay, Tom.
Oh, hi, there you are, Jay. How are you?
Tom, you ever hear the expression talking over somebody's head?
Hello?
Tom Lemaine, who's many years in Philadelphia broadcasting.
Many. 3.
Channel 3, Philadelphia. Tom, now
Yes,
retirement, do you miss it?
Miss what? What am I missing?
Miss being with all
I
your
missed
friends
the
and guys?
drink at the bar. They haven't had Jack Daniels here yet. But I'm going to, no, you know what, Jay? I was very fortunate to be in the business when I was in the business, and I put in almost 50 years of broadcasting, and I never had to leave home. So I thought I better quit while I'm ahead. Get out of town before they send me to Peoria or somewhere,
I always want to ask, what was the most exciting thing you did in Philadelphia broadcasting?
I think I'm doing it right now.
Retirement.
Yeah, no, no, talking to you.
Okay, on that note,
Jake,
thanks a lot, Tom.
Traveling a lot. Let me ask you.
We're still traveling.
Where have you been lately?
Well, a lot of New York. But Tom, this is about you.
Give me a more romantic
This is
location.
about you.
No.
Nova Scotia?
Can I use your name up there?
Sure.
Okay.
I won't
Jay
get you
Lloyd,
far.
Nova Scotia.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Great
Anytime,
seeing you.
Jason.
And here with a broadcast legend, Mike Nozell. Yes, I know your name, Mike. And so tell me who you're accepting for tonight.
I'm accepting for Connie Rusin. We worked together. I produced a show called Target, and Connie was the talent on it. And I have pictures here of her.
Oh, my goodness.
And that goes Gloria Swanson and all. We had a host of many stars. And she's a terrific gal. I'm sorry she can't be here, but I know if she could, she would.
Well, I think she has, an amazing person to accept on her behalf. But tell me a little bit about why you love this organization and what this evening means to you, Mike.
Well, I started in broadcasting in 1954. And to wind up in a career in Philadelphia, and then to have a bunch of good people that I worked with at Channel 6 for all those years. And then I see George Finkel here, who's my counterpart, because I worked CBS football, he worked NBC football. So it's a wonderful organization, and everybody should join it. I mean, everybody who's in broadcasting should join it and have some fun, right?
And that's what we're doing tonight, having a lot of fun. Mike, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, with me now is a guy that people don't normally see on television, Blaze Howard. And Blaze went from most successful all-news station in the country, I would say, to sell and manage to be 101, one of the most successful music stations in the country. Blaze, what kind of a transition was that?
Wow, it wasn't very difficult. Number one, because knowing the market, knowing the people in the market, and having such a wonderful person in Jerry Lee to kind of cut the path a little bit for you to make that transition really worked for me.
I want to congratulate you on this honor tonight.
Well, thank you.
You're going to be a Hall of Famer. Did you ever think that?
No, there's a lot of things, like I'm going to say tonight, I never expected to get recognized for something I like to get up every day and go to work and do.
One of the things we were saying earlier is that people in so many categories, management, sales, engineering, on-air, music, news, all being honored tonight, and Blaze, you're certainly tops among them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Broadcast Pioneers is also an organization that supports the future of broadcasting, which you see here with these LaSalle University students and many college students across our region. One of them, who is a straight A student, I'm an adjunct professor at LaSalle, so I can say that she's one of my students. But if you remember this face, because she's going to be on TV someday. But Cody, I know that twice you've received scholarships from Broadcast Pioneers, and I think a lot of people don't realize what this organization does to empower young journalists.
Yeah, it was definitely a huge help for my family, because I mean, I split my tuition costs with my parents, so getting money for something I love is really, really exciting, and also it takes a little load off my parents, and it's exciting to call them and be like, guys, I just got money from Broadcast Pioneers, and they're like, yes, and it was just really exciting both times. I was on vacation, actually. I was in Florida, and I was like jumping around in Florida. It was amazing.
And so for you, what would you want people to know about this organization?
Definitely how helpful they are. I mean, we go to symposiums all the time and we get emails that are like, hey, you know, they're having a panel of all these sportscasters. Why don't you come? And you're like, okay, I'll go and sit and listen. And then all of a sudden you meet the people that you hear on the radio and see on the TV, and they're really interested in knowing about you and helping you, which is really something special.
Congratulations on your scholarships. Have you met any of your favorite broadcasters? Is that exciting to see anybody?
Oh yeah, it's always cool to see people who've had a real impact in broadcasting, and just saw Cesaria, who I watch every day on the news. So
we love Cesaria. We're the Cesaria fan club. Well, congrats, LaSalle students. Thank you so much.
One of the most recognizable faces on radio in Philadelphia is John DiBella. John, I got to congratulate you. You're being honored tonight.
This officially makes me old. You realize that? Once they start handing you plaques and stuff, it's like, nice to be here. We really love you. Now get out of the way.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, that does happen. So you're not too far off. A guy known for his zany wit. Do you ever thought zany would make a Hall of Fame?
Well, you know what? It's worked for other people, so hopefully it will continue to work for me and whoever comes next.
Okay. Not too many people are going to come after you, and certainly not replace you. John DiBella being honored tonight.
Jay Lloyd.
So class of 2014, Bill Henley, congratulations.
Thank you, Dawn. It's a real honor to be here tonight, surrounded by so many people, so talented. I was really shocked when the honor came through.
You were shocked?
I was shocked. I was surprised and shocked, but in a good way.
Because you're so young. Because you started out in the business so young. That's what it is.
You know, I always looked up to the many people that had been given this honor before. So I guess I really hadn't reached that point in my career where I thought it might be coming our way. So it was a real surprise.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm with Jerry Lee, the man who owns probably one of the most successful radio stations in the entire country, B101, here in Philadelphia. Jerry, one question I've always wanted to ask you over many, many years is, what were you thinking when you started an AM station in, what was it, 1961 or 60?
No, it was
FM station.
Yeah, it was 1963, May of 63. And in those days, I had a lot of confidence. And I was absolutely sure that we would go to the top. And in fact, I made my financial deal with Dave Kurtz that he could fire me at the end of the first 12 months if we weren't the #1 FM station in Philadelphia. And we became #1 in 4.5 months.
Well, I think you've hit #1, you know, since then in the entire market. Never mind FM.
Yeah, thank you. It's in fact, one of our achievements we're so proud of is in 1966, we had the largest audience, average quarter hour, of any FM in the United States, which would be impossible to do today, you know, if you're not in New York, Chicago, you know.
Believe me, Jerry is truly a legend here in Philadelphia.
And the ever debonair Dave Henry, it's so good to see you, and congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I'm the only one dressed like this tonight, so people think I'm tending bar here, and that's probably not a bad occupation. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate
What does it mean to you on this night to be surrounded by colleagues, fellow broadcasters, and to be honored in this way?
You know, it's especially gratifying for me because I grew up in Wayne, and you know, I watched a lot of these folks on television, listened to them on the radio when I was growing up, and now to be here among them is just the thrill of a lifetime. It's just unbelievable. It's great.
Did your family have, because this is such a family event, not just broadcasting family, but your own family comes and many people's families come. What did your family say when they found out that you were getting this honor?
I said, big deal. Yeah. So what?
No, they didn't.
I'm proud. My sister's here and her husband, and I wish I could have them all, but I have such a huge family that they couldn't all be here, but they're very happy for me. And
well, Dave, a big congratulations, and I think you look great.
Thank you very much, and I'll be cleaning up tables later on.
Taking tips. Thank you.
It's not often that we get to talk to not only a Hall of Famer, but a Man of the Year. Pat Delsey is going to be inducted tonight as the Broadcast Pioneers Man of the Year. Pat, this is an honor.
It is. It's a great honor. It's humbling, as a matter of fact, and I'm so happy and enjoying the evening, but it's amazing that they will reward you and honor you for something you love to do. And
definitely.
Yeah.
Pat, how long have you been broadcasting in the Philadelphia area?
61 years.
And it all started in Jersey?
In Vineland, yeah.
But you've made such a name in the Philadelphia market. Pat, it's so great to have you with us, and you really deserve it.
Well, thank you very much, Jay, and congratulations to you. How do you enjoy your retirement?
It's spectacular, but I still miss it.
But you're active right now, so you're not really retired.
Yeah. Pat Delsey, Broadcast Pioneers Man of the Year.
So we've been looking for you. We're saying, where's Joe Terry? Has anybody seen Joe? Has anybody seen Joe? You're hiding on us.
I'm sitting back here, and I wanted to sit back here because I wanted to sit near Pat Delsey, because Pat's been a longtime friend of mine, and he's given me fantastic advice over the years.
What's the advice?
Well, just a lot of advice.
You can tell me, just between us.
Anyway, he's a super guy, and nobody deserves this award more than Pat.
I'm with you, Joe. All right, I'll go sit by Pat, too.
Okay.
I'm with Paul Gluck, one of the mainstays at Temple University today. Had been our TV news director at Channel 3 and was with WHYY television. Paul's had a long, long road here in this business.
Almost as long as yours, and a little bumpier than yours, but thank God you had a good one.
Now that you're in academia and away from the stations, what does this mean to the students? What is Temple? And
a night like this is very important to our students, and there are a number of them here with us. Some of them here through the kindness of Cal and Lucille Rudman, some through the kindness of the Pioneers organization. This is an opportunity for the kind of networking they will never otherwise have. Not that they'll come here and hand people their resumes, but they will make contacts, they'll get advice. Somewhere in this crowd they might even find a mentor. So this kind of event, while it's social and also it has implication in their career, more important than all of it, it's their chance to learn the history of our business in this community, and I think that's of high value.
Susan Schiller, CBS 3 News Director, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What does it mean to you this evening to be inducted into the class of 2014?
I cannot even begin to describe the honor. I have been so overwhelmed and nervous since I got the news. It's not something that I would have ever thought of, but it is so humbling. I'm just so appreciative.
I think I first met you when you were at CBS Network. And
yes, when you were anchoring the show.
And so many people say about you, as a woman who has run a station for this length of time, you are in many ways, a person who, so many women look at, and you're an inspiration and really a bridge builder for women who want to go into management.
Well, I'm grateful for that, I think. I think that, I thought a lot about that in terms of tonight, what it was to be a woman in this business. And I do think that when I started, there weren't a lot of women, and most of the women who were in the business were in front of the camera. So I felt like I was so fortunate to find what I love to do, and I was so happy for the opportunity to progress behind the scenes. But it was sort of a climb. And I think that for
a little bit of hard work. If you know Susan works maybe 12 to 15 hours a day.
That's the way we're built. That's the way we're built. What can I say? You too.
Oh, thank you. Congratulations, Susan.
I'm with Dom Giordano, one of the people that's being honored tonight, and certainly is a representative of talk radio in Philadelphia. Dom, how did you get into talk radio?
Well, that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. I heard people like Dominic Quinn and Bernie Herman, and I was just intrigued by it. So I kind of applied. I went to Frank Ford Station, where you had to pay to be on, and then I went to a bigger station where you had to pay, and then I was discovered by WWDB.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. I've done every shift multiple times since then in 2 radio stations, all in Philadelphia.
Dom, we really have to congratulate you tonight on this honor. Hall of Famer.
Well, thank you
as soon
very
as
much.
the
Really, the broadcast pioneers are second to none. There's nothing like this in any other city. Jerry Wilkinson and the guys that are behind this, it's just a tremendous honor.
Thanks a lot, Don, and we'll be looking forward to tonight's installation of another Hall of Famer.
So Joanne Calabria, it's so good to see you. And
Don.
You know, many people might not see you on television, but you are somebody who's a mover and shaker behind the scenes for a long time at CBS 3.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It's a big night for a lot of wonderful people. And, you know, usually we're all competitors, but a night like this, we're all colleagues. And it's a terrific evening. Lots of who's who in the broadcast industry.
It really is. I feel like at one point I said, I feel like it's like a family reunion.
Yes, it is. You get to see people that you don't see all year long, and it really is a wonderful time. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm very excited about all the people being honored tonight.
Well, have fun tonight. So good to see you.
Good to see you, always.
Take 2 for the radio guy.
Okay. I'm with one of the most familiar faces in Philadelphia television right now, Terry Ruggles. But Terry, you're now retired.
I am.
You see all these people that you've worked with for years. Do you ever miss it?
You know, surprisingly, Jay, the short answer is no. And it surprised me. I miss the people. Do I miss chasing fire engines? No. Here's what I don't miss the most. Standing out in the snow. No brainer. No brainer. When I see those snow alerts come on, I just turn up the gas in the fireplace and have another cup of coffee.
You know, when you're on television, you actually have to stand in the snow. You can't be sitting in your bedroom and on the phone saying, hey, it's snowing out there. But Terry,
I thought you always worked from a Dunkin' Donuts,
yeah,
did
Dunkin'
you?
Donuts.
Yeah.
But you did a yeoman job out there, snowing or otherwise. And welcome, you know, to Broadcast Pioneers tonight. Great to have you.
A nice group of people. I'm beginning to feel old, Jay, but that's another story.
You're not old, but you're a pioneer. Okay, thanks a lot, Terry. Terry Ruggles.
Well, they've been doing this since the 60s, but every year the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia honor the legends of Philadelphia broadcasting. It's always fresh because there's another class coming in and to be honored.
Yeah, it is, and it was really an inspirational night, and I think we should point out, too, it was bigger and better this year, and next year will be bigger and better, and raises a lot of money for this organization as well, which gives scholarships and all that good stuff.
You know, and the amazing thing is, when you looked at the people who were honored tonight, they represent all parts of our industry: management, sales, music, news. It's all there, engineering. It's just a wonderful, wonderful thing that the Broadcast Pioneers do every year at this time, and we're hoping we're going to see you next year.
Until then, I'm so glad we had this time together.